Okay. Now dropping a column or row, so that is deleting. How do you delete a column? So we looked at how to insert columns. Okay, so we're going to look at how to insert rows a little bit. Okay, we looked at how to insert a list as a column, a NumPy array as a column, and a series as a column. Okay. So now, how do you delete an existing column? So there are two ways of doing it. So you have the drop, okay, in place default is false. So if you say just drop, it's not going to drop it. It'll drop, but it won't be permanent. So like for example here, df1.drop, say new one. So you have to specify on which axis that index is. So axis 0 is default. So to drop columns, you have to say axis equal to 1. So you say df1.drop, it did drop the column, new one, but then it did not make that permanent in df1. So if you display df1, you see the new one is still there. Okay, it only dropped temporarily. Okay, so to drop it permanently, you have to specify in place equal to true. So if you say it's the same function, same code, in place equal to true, so that will give you, so now it is gone. Okay. So another way of getting rid of an existing column is del, del. Okay, so here del. Okay, works only with column. Okay, drop works with both column and row. Okay, axis equal to 0 is default, so by default, drop will work with rows. Okay. Now, if you want to drop a column, then you have to specify axis equal to 1. Whereas del, for short for delete, it works only with columns and it is permanent. So you don't have to say in place equal to true. It's permanent. So here you say del df1 new 2. So I'm now dropping new 2. I'm not saying in place. I've not specified an axis. So now you see del new 2 is gone. So that's the second way of deleting a column. Okay. Now pop will also delete a column. Remember pop that we did pop a long time ago. So pop will, you can capture the pop, that the column that's coming out, you can capture it as a series. So if you say s1 equal to df1.pop new 3, so the column new 3 will go into s1. So that's what you see here. And then when you type df1, you see the new 3 is gone. Pop is again for column and it is permanent. Okay. Of these, only the first drop is where you have to specify whether it is row or column, whether you want it permanent or not. Del and pop are always for column and it is permanent. Okay. Add rows to pandas data frame. Okay, so you can add new rows. Okay, with concatenate is the concat is short for concatenate. So a list of data frames are concatenated. To make permanent, it must be saved. So we have df2, okay, and then we have df6. So we have the same 3 columns, and df6 has only 2 rows in it. So now we have 2 data frames. Okay, so df2 has 6 rows, df6 has 2 rows. So now if you do pd.concat and then provide a list, so now notice this. So within the concat function, you're providing the data frames to concatenate in a list. So you have the square brackets around it. So you have to give it as a list. So it's going to just put them, stack them up in the same order. Okay. So now you have, after concat, so you have the last two. And notice here that the indexes are preserved. Okay. And it is not permanent. So I haven't saved it. So you save it in another data frame name, so df7 or something, then you'll have it. Okay? So to add rows, what you have to do is to create the rows as another data frame and then put them together with pd.concat.